Hey Aquarius, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. Happy holidays to everyone. I hope you're having good celebrations this year, despite some of the intensity that is playing out right now for us in the astrology. There is a lot of fire element, and unfortunately, as we are closing out the year, we're seeing tensions build. We are headed into a new moon. We have a new moon in a couple days on December 30th, new moon in Capricorn. It's actually our second new moon in December, so a little magical. That doesn't always happen. And Capricorn energy really, well, new moons help us set new intentions or readjust things that are not working. And Capricorn is a lot about commitment to the process, kind of like grinning and bearing it. Well, no, that's not it. It's understanding that there is some legwork in front of you, that it's not necessarily going to be the easiest thing, but the goal, the end justifies the means, right? It outweighs kind of just all this stuff that we're dealing with. And a lot of it is things we know, it's a beast that we're dealing with that we've known, been there, done that, etc., which kind of gives us a leg up. It's just about approaching things in an inventive way, kind of finding new ways to deal with people, situations, especially things that are a little bit more triggering. That's why I like to start off with these energy cleansings, just kind of cleanse out any of that congestion, any of that lower vibrational energy, places that we're finding ourselves to be blocked or not seeing things clearly. It's also a really good time to set your own intention as well, which is an awesome way to personalize these collective readings. So if you want certain messages delivered, questions answered, give that over to Spirit, be open to receive. And I also do personal readings. I actually provide a variety of holistic wellness services aligning the mind, body, soul. Readings are a part of that. If you would like me to look at your specific situation, what's going on for you. Or I do like energy healing, Ayurvedic consultations that kind of help ground, stabilize just that, our mind, body, soul. So hit me up. All that info's in the description box below. I would love to support. I would love to help if you resonate, if you vibe with my energy. All right, Aquarius, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Ooh, cleanse it and release it from our being so that we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. Amen. All right, so what I was hearing for you as I was preparing is something got a little too messy, like way messier than maybe what you had even figured, what you had kind of maybe set out for. Something got way too messy, and I feel like you're looking at this mess right now, maybe a little bit shell-shocked or not really knowing how to clear everything up. The Web Weaver, very interesting energy for you this week. Cause and effect, 100%, confirming what I was saying. It's about synchronicities, divine intelligence, and cause and effect. So you're starting to see the effect of some of the choices that you've been making. This map maker's destiny has been popping out for like every sign this week. And there really is just this energy around recognizing that you do create your destiny, and not in a way to make you feel defeated, especially when something is messy or it's not going your way. Oftentimes we're kind of looking to see what messed it up, right? Self-reflection is hard. It's not an easy thing to do, and it's very important for you right now to take a beat, to slow down a little bit. This has been another theme in the collective. I feel like you're going to get answers through patience, through stillness. We have Mars, Jupiter, and Uranus in retrograde right now, which slows things down, especially as it relates to our abundance and how we are used to pushing forward, how we're used to making things happen. We need to find a more inventive approach. And what I'm seeing for you, Aquarius, is like you disconnected from yourself. There was something in this dynamic that made you feel, I don't know, like you disconnected from your intuition, from your instincts, listening to what maybe it didn't logically make sense, but intuitively it did. And I feel like you're seeing some of that, right? You're seeing some of the effects of decisions that have been made, how you've gotten to this place, maybe even feeling a little bit like you have to self-protect. I'm seeing a lot of 4s on the board, and that is when we do need to go within and find a little bit more strength and stability within ourselves. And if we're not able to get to that place right now, then it is important to take a break, right? It is important to take that break to recalibrate, because I feel like when you do, you're gonna hear that answer that you've been hearing all along very loudly and clearly. You're a little resistant, I'm not gonna lie, and not good, bad, right, or wrong, Aquarius, I get it. There's someone that you don't want to deal with, someone that I feel like for some of you, you know they're gonna fight about it. You know a fight is a brewing, or changes need to be made and someone is going to be resistant to those changes. Finances could be involved, or what you've been dealing with, this Queen of Pentacles energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, doesn't have to be necessarily, but someone kind of vibing more in that earth energy could be a little bit stubborn, needs to have it their way. I'm hearing like there's this energy of like authority with this person, whether you give them the authority or they just naturally take it. And I feel like something's been way harder for you to deal with than them. I feel like you guys are dealing with the same thing, but you're completely approaching it in different ways. And you're starting to stress out. There's a lot of stress in your environment right now. I almost feel like you're at odds either with a person or a group of people. Your opinion, your perspective on the situation is completely different. You're not getting a lot of people that are agreeing with you. And I feel like this is a little bit surprising to you, right? Like these are people that I feel like maybe once upon a time you got along, or you guys always kind of had a similar perspective around things. But now, whether this is someone's true motivation, some of these things are being revealed, there's just a huge disconnect. And I feel like it's the same disconnect you're experiencing with these people, this group of individuals, that you did with yourself. And You don't want to do this anymore is what I'm seeing. It's causing too much stress. It's causing too much anxiety. You're feeling really burdened, really overwhelmed. You're nervous how things are going to go, what's coming out of this. You don't really like it. Like, it just all across the board, it feels uncomfortable, Aquarius. And again, maybe you're like, I feel like you feel suffocated or boxed in, or like you don't have a lot of options, which isn't necessarily true. It's just going to require a lot for you to make up your own mind about this and then actually like listen to what you want. And that's exactly what you're struggling with this week, is listening to yourself, listening to what your intuition, your gut instincts are telling you. And honestly, it does look like this is a matter of integrity and about who do you want to be. Yeah, we all make mistakes. Life can get messy. And this is about, are you going to clean it up, or are you going to pretend it didn't happen? Are you going to turn a blind eye? Are you going to kind of fall in line with someone or a group of people's perspective that you don't really agree with? I think, yes, it's probably hard to stand up against them, or you don't want to create a fight. You're already feeling a lot of stress. Let's look at let's look at this a little bit more. Why are these people stressing you out so much? They need something from you. They need something from you that you aren't really interested in giving. I feel like they're also trying to pretend, like telling you a lot of what you want to hear, right? In order to get what they want, but not necessarily really meaning it. Like, oh, I really like you. Oh, let's be friends. Oh, selling themselves, selling the idea, pandering to your ego. And the problem is right now in the astrology is our ego, our emotions are being so affected that it's hard. It's hard to feel good about oneself right now. And I'm not saying like, everyone's all down and out. It's not necessarily that energy, but places that we want to see forward movement, places that we want to see positive action, positive change, it's just not happening how we want it. And especially when you're dealing with people, situations that are trying to force their own agenda, it's just not in alignment with you. And it's time to let it go, 100%. Here's the thing, you're nearing the end of a cycle, and when we are kind of at that threshold, we make a decision. We make a decision whether we're going to, like I was saying earlier, turn a blind eye, ignore it, pretend it's not there. And all that does is loop us back into the same cycle. Or we can learn from it. We can choose to have integrity, wisdom, acknowledging the mistake, right? Instead of pretending it doesn't exist. Not that that's easy to do, but it's gonna bring in so much abundance. As much as you might feel limited right now, there is limitlessness around you, right? There is this energy of like, you don't have to believe in, there are people, there are situations that are willing to work with you, that are willing to collaborate, that are willing to find reciprocity versus forcing their own agenda or forcing how they think it should be. It's triggering a lot of emotions within you, and that's where I would say this is so important this week. Take time to rest, to give yourself lots of love, lots of care. Listen to what you want, to what you need, because again, a lot of that is not being acknowledged, and it's making you feel a little bit all over the place. It's definitely heightening this stress and also this ability like you can't get out, but you can, and Spirit is showing you a way. you just gotta listen. Thankfully, this is just the energy for this week. I'm sorry this was a little bit of a heavier reading. In the astrology, there's lots of tension right now. We're closing out the year with it, so I apologize, but hopefully it helps give you a little guidance, direction, insight into how to navigate some of these trickier situations. I definitely hope that you found messages that resonated here. Definitely drop comments below. I love to hear, or just connect, share in a little love, little TLC. Thank you for all the love and support you bring to the channel. I am sending it back your way.